from the Hideway this beautiful April day, year 2020. I want to talk to you about a collection of bricks. I have a collection of bricks. Yes, it was started by my father, Paul Franklin Jr. I have them in small flower beds at home and they're all labeled. Very few bricks were stamped, so a label was most necessary. My prized brick is from the Statesboro Brickworks, and it was given to Daddy by Dr. Curtis Lane. The brickworks were located on a site near Dr. Lane's home during the first 2 years of the last century. On August 9, 1901, there was an article in the Statesboro News that said Mr. H.B. Davis and Mr. J.W. Olive had bought machinery for a brick plant on the north side of town. It said they had found good clay there. The superintendent was G.W. Hodge. In 1902, Mr. Hodge moved to Augusta, and soon after the brick plant closed. But during 1901 and 1902, this brick plant, along with the one in Augusta and the one in Rocky Ford, supplied the bricks for Statesboro's first buildings not built of wood. The Rocky Ford Brickworks had weekly ads in the Statesboro News. W.J. Chapman was the proprietor. These bricks had a wonderful stamp. You can see one here. Every 7th brick was stamped, so I'm lucky to have one that got the stamp. While researching this little tidbit, I used the digitized newspapers that your historical society digitized 4 years ago. Hopefully, one day they will be available to all of us. I came across an interesting tidbit. The Statesboro Gun Club was organized at the Jekyll Hotel May 29, 1903, with 17 members. J.B. Stamps was elected president, and Colonel J.M. Murphy was the secretary. Of course, we know that Colonel was a fancy name for lawyer at the time. The first outing of the Statesboro Gun Club was to engage in target practice while shooting clay pigeons, and you guessed it, at the Statesboro Brickworks. In Brooklyn, J. Warnock and Son advertised in the Statesboro News, "We keep for sale, comma, all the time, comma, Rocky Ford and Augusta Brick." The first brick building in Brooklyn was owned by W.C. Parker. It was a 27 by 60 brick storefront. This was found in an article in the Statesboro News dated September 22nd, 1903, and it ended with this wonderful quote, "Watch Brooklyn. She has a bright future before her." Don't you love that? Another fun tidbit was from November 7th, 1902. It was concerning the building of the first brick Methodist church. The cost was $8,000. The building committee members were G.S. Johnston, J.A. Fulcher, Dr. M.M. Holland, and Dr. Holland laid the first brick. B.T. Outland, E.C. Oliver, E.L. Smith, and B.E. Turner. Interesting, from this time period, first names were not used. People used two initials. Had a discussion with this with a fine journalist named Joe McGlamry, and he and I are looking into it. So until our next, stay safe and have a great day. Bye.